Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cyber Gamer TV. You are watching the Cyber Gamer Premier League Pro Division, week number 2. It's brought to you by some fantastic sponsors here in the Oceanic region and around the world. Netgear, Logitech, AK Racing, Turtle Beach, Plantronics, and of course mwave.com.au, bringing you all of the action. We've had 2 fantastic games tonight from 4 of the teams. We're going to be bringing you another 2. Once again, I am Crisis in the Gamester Studios in Christchurch, and joining me for games number 3 and 4, Biza from Gamester as well, calling out of Perth. Good evening, Biza.
Good evening, Crisis. It's probably still afternoon here. But a great call in the first 2 matches, and holy moly, that was really exciting to watch. I got in about halfway through the first, and all 4 teams really bring the A game to tonight's entertainment, Crisis.
Yeah, a fantastic demonstration, and we're looking for the same again tonight. It's going to be another one versus the Space Animals, and they are, well, let's hope for another 3-2 result, Biza, but already in the Twitch chat, we've had some of the viewers calling a 5-0, and I wonder exactly who they're calling a 5-0 in favor of. Space Animals and another one rated, ranked, where are they? 7 and 3 in the power rankings of the region. So I don't think that it's necessarily going to be a blowout. We've already had one upset this evening with Sequential Gaming going down to rank 9 All-Stars. Surely we could have rank 7, the Space Animals, going up against another one and pounding a few into the back of the net.
Yeah, they're pretty close teams, and they're really talented in the lineups. Not much huge exposure for the teams of last season, but coming into it, they're all very strong in how they play. Another one tonight, they got Sirix, Ozzy Osbert, and the Stig. Now they're a lethal combination, and when they're on song, it is dangerous on their behalf. And you go over to Space Animals, your favourite man, the Kawhi Nekufutu, if I ever say that correctly, you probably give me a $5 Steam voucher. Cubics and Nerd, they're a strong team as well. And look, I'm excited to see this. People say 5-0. I don't think so. We're going to go to the full distance with this one.
All right, it is another one versus Space Animals. And take it away, Biza, as I just swap players around on the overlays.
All right, so the blue team, we've got Dumbo, the Nerd, and what? Is it Dumbo?
Yeah, it's Dumbo,
I think
Cubics.
I'm being trolled here.
Dumbo, Cubics, and Nerd for another one.
Isn't Dumbo...
Oh, sorry, for the Space Animals.
Yeah, I'm a bit... All right. Sirix, Ozzy Osbert, and the Stig. I think that might be a troll there, because Dumbo's part of Alpha Sydney and not part of the Space Animals. So I don't know what's going on. Someone enlighten me there. As we do, the action's just settling in the middle. A little bit of aerial display from all teams working at defensive from the boys. Another one. There's a shot from Dumbo, and it goes! Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you are absolutely right, mate, as we just see the replay. Yeah, as we just see Dumbo pounding that ball into the back. You are absolutely right. He is not on either of these 2 teams' rosters. Never mind the Space Animals for who he's representing tonight. We were expecting Space Animals to be Cubics, Nerd, Kawhi Nekuwaifu, and Storm, subbing in maybe Stormclaw. So not really sure exactly why Dumbo is playing. We've had a little bit of a roster change, and so we'll need some admins or somebody to tell us.
It's a troll. I knew it. It was a troll. I've been told. He's trolling at the moment. So Kawhi better pull his finger out because he's trolling Dumbo. But anyways, we won't call him Dumbo on the stream.
Is it Kawhi Nekuwaifu?
It is your man, Kawhi Nekuwaifu. I'm just happy to call him Kawhi.
I mean, that's just bad manners. Yeah, we're going to have a word with him later, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, another shot on goals from Kawhi Nekuwaifu, who opened the broadcast with a little bit of a troll. had us all. He scored 1 goal. Let's see if he scores another. We should have known by the fact that he has a topper that is a little pink heart, Biza.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, we'll leave it with that, and we'll get into this action at the moment. The team with the score on the board is the boys from the Space Animals, and they got that, and they're working a little bit of defensive structure right now. Quite up it goes, but it's deflected by Aussie, and he gets knocked back. Stig working it. It's high up, dropping in the middle. It's not really a scoring opportunity as Sirix works to the side. Stig with a little hit. It's now an opportunity. Oh, almost! Top crossbar there, Crisis. As I get my first little taste of missed goal opportunity.
Yeah, 1-0 is the score. Kawai Nekawaifu dashes back on defense and gets a good touch to the ball. It's still in the blue zone. This is good pressure. Sirix with a crossover. No one to take advantage, and it's cleared out. And now the blue team on the attack. Great little move there by Stig. Defending in the corner there. Keeping the touch there. Kubix gets a good touch. Passes it back to Kawai Nekawaifu. Forces the halo out of Ozzy Osbourne. But it was a straight shot at goals, Biza, and never really that threatening.
Sirix working up the wall, flying with the aerial, hits the lovely touch, but in the way, Kawhi would just stop that for any attack happening for the boys. And then another one, now defensive, is going up as Dumbo hits it down. Sirix also working to the side. Little nice clear there from Kawhi. He's on fire at the moment. He's working very well attacking and his defense. But it's very low scoring on this opening goal game here, Crosses.
Yeah, it's the usual way that we expect games to start here in the Oceanic region. I wonder if it's the same in other regions where at the start of each game, teams really have to feel their way through the opposition for a little bit before they really get their groove on. And Ozzy Osbourne, we were with him all the way through from the midfield. The Stig gets a good cross through. It's a rebound as well, and Kubik's completely out of position, Weiser, for Ozzy Osbourne's goal.
Yeah, it was a Stig second play that made that happen, and you know, like you said, you get a deflection and then you get a second chance. Usually the goalie's moving to that as well, so it was a little bit hard for that team. But at the moment, they're going on the attack. That is the Kawhi Nekafufu, and he's trying to work his team into it. And a couple more coming from the Cubics and they're working together, but Sirix is reading well. Taps it and reads it to the wall, jousts it off. Up goes the Aussie. He wants to pass. Stig gets in the opportunity to score, but it's deflected by the Kawhi. So nice defending from the boys of the Space Animals. But they need to get this goal with the 35 seconds left ticking. Nerd with the side. Oh, almost leaving in a dangerous opportunity here, Crisis.
So, 1-1 is the situation. I'm just having a look. I've been trying to do a little bit of research. If you're familiar with Oceanic region RocketLeague, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, there's another goal from Ozzy Osbourne. Let's just enjoy this for a moment. It sits up in the air thanks to Stig's deflection off the side wall. He gets himself around, gets great angle on it and beats Nerd. So if you're wondering, tonight we're seeing a little bit of variation coming through in the cars that teams are using. Usually it's the breakout and the dominus all the way through, Biza, but you can see right now there's an octane on the field, in fact a couple of octanes on the field, and if you're wondering why, it's because there's been changes to the car stats in the patch, patch that started off Season 1, and this, believe it or not, as the win goes to the orange team. So that's another one picking the first game. I mean, almost by the by. They win the game. So the stats on some of the cars have changed, and this is the beginning of a car meta coming through for RocketLeague.
Oh, really? So what's changed about the Octane? Is it because from what I knew, that hitbox was the tallest, the widest hitbox, and that's why a lot of players used it, because you could do a lot of blocks and get the ball into your favour. Has that changed? Has it gotten smaller?
I don't think it's the hitboxes that have changed. From what I understand, it's turning circles that were affected. So there's a cryptic clue in the notes. Something about drifting has been fixed or something like that. And the speculation is that is turning circles that have been adjusted. And in fact, one of the major beneficiaries of that was the Merc. So be surprised if we see a Merc tonight or in any of competitive play. But it now has the potential. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Well, that is good for the playing community of Rocket League, because that would be really fun to go. I always hated the tight turning circles and you're not being able to move the cars that well. So it'll be interesting to see how they play out, and we might have to jump on after and have a little go at that. At the moment, we're in the game number 2. Both teams on the donuts early, very early stuff going on. The Stig working himself to the ball. They're just dropping down, so the usual, grab the boost, run around and set something out. The first real opportunity there is Aussie working into a play. There goes Kawhi, still hasn't changed his name from Dumbo with the demo. He works to an attack, but it goes over the top. Stig with a nice, slightly heading down. Sirix almost, but cleared. Well, partially cleared there, Crisis, but they're good enough to try and recover themselves. Sirix has popped up. Aussie is stalking this like there's no tomorrow. He's now in the best opportunity, but Kawhi just with enough time there to save that one.
Yeah, keeping the donut on the board for both of these teams right now. The boys in orange, another one keeping the pressure on and getting their attacking chances going. That's one that goes begging the pinch against the post by the defender, but the goal was already not going to go in. Nobody following up a beautiful cross in the end there. A demo coming through from Sirix onto Nerd. Sirix doesn't get a touch to it though. The follow-up though from the Stig, and a good little touch from Sirix back to the Stig. The 1-2 putting the goal through, and another one back on the board with 3 minutes and 33 to play, Bizer.
Yeah, nice read by Stig, and that's a really good team play, and that's what we like to see in the Pro League. The teams working together in tight spaces, and that was pretty tight as it was. So it's a good play by the boys of the another one, and they take the lead like they've done in the first game with a second opportunity. Almost Sirix. Well, what's funny I'm seeing at the moment, Crisis, as the return almost by the Space Animals. The second opportunity, 2 up for the third, and it's in. There we go. It was going to happen. I was in the middle of saying something and now I've forgotten because this action's too crazy. And Nerd, just pinching off his teammate of Cubics, slots that one in. Nicely done. 1-1 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, Christ. This is a pretty good game right now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Big shout out to Bear Tickler in the Twitch chat, who says that the Octane has always been in the meta. Octane and Dominus, the favored cars in NA and EU. And in fact, what's happened in the patch notes is the Breakout has been nerfed. So Kawaii Nekawaifu sticking with the Breakout. It is his favored car, but it has been nerfed. We're actually seeing an ex-Devil on screen as well now from the Stig. He's enjoying a little bit of argy-bargy from the opponents, but he now gets a touch to the ball. The pass onto him nicely. Ozzy Osbert comes through. He popped it up for Ozzy, and Ozzy carried the ball over. It's now in the blue zone. Intercepted though, and kept in the midfield. Up into the air goes Kawaii Nekawaifu. Gets a touch to it. It's in the orange zone, Visor, and the attack now on, looking to break the deadlock from Space Animals.
Did you just sing that? You just sang Kawhi's name, didn't you?
I may have kind of done it like a sing-song voice, like I imagine a teenage Japanese girl might have done. The turn of the head and the V was in the air.
Yeah, that's what I thought you did. Oh, well, Christ, just have a
you
little bit
should
of
try
fun
it. I mean, it's
stream.
like, it's in that, what was that movie, The King's Speech or something like that, where the king stutters and he has to learn how to, slow down and put the sentences together. Maybe you would improve your pronunciation of people's names if you tried singing them.
Probably, but I'd be better off not singing at all. Classes. Don't get me caught into that trap. Both teams still locked on 1-0 as we get back into the action. Stig and Aussie for the boys of another one, trying to work a little defensive structure. Oh, Kawhi has almost knocked the Aussie back, but he's just jumped over the top now, heading down into the forward line. Kubik's reading it well, smashing it straight back down the line, but it's just tit for tat right now. This is probably an opportunity for the boys of the Space Animals. They need to set it right. Kubik's with a little side hit. Off goes Kawhi. He can't do much. Nerd working to the side, but the Stig is reading it well, and that is a nice hit into a real good position. Aussie on the wrong side of the ball, locks it over. Sirix wanting the ball, but look, struggling both teams to set anything up right now, Prices.
Yeah, I guess both of the teams doing very well in terms of killing the ball's momentum and keeping it in the corners. so that the scoring opportunities are few and far between. The Stig with a lucky touch there. I think it was onto Nerd or Cubics and preventing the move through. The Stig just butting people all over the show at the moment. That was a play on Ozzy Osbert there as he went streaking past. No, that doesn't go in. Nerd with the clear. The goal face wide open for the orange team. No touch there. Floater going through and off the Cyrix with the halo visor.
They had all the opportunity to score that goal, and they left the ball just settle and let the boys from another one get back for defense. That should have been Space Animals' goal and in. It was ridiculous right now as we count down. Only opportunity left for the another one to score. It's high. Nerd hits it to the side, and Crisis, we're into our first overtime of the match. Space Animals should have taken that one.
Goodness me, game number 2 goes to an overtime. Very low scoring games, both of them. Just 2-1 in the first game in favor of another one. And this time, the boys are that's a one shot. That's a second. Ozzy Osberg with a clutch defense there, keeping the golden point out and preventing Space Animals from coming back into the series with a score to even it.
Space Animals with all the pressure right now. And another one working hard in defense. They're now working to the forward line. All of the Space Animals working back. And here goes the shot from Kawhi. It's going wide, more of a set play. Stig wrapping the wall to clear. He does well. Cyrix, well, a little pass back, but it's to no one. And here comes Cubic with a setup. It's a little bit weak. It doesn't go far enough. Cyrix clears, but I keep wanting to say Dumbo, but it's Kawhi that clears it for his team. Sets it back to an advantage, and now it's popped up, dropping in front of goal. This is dangerous positioning, but Aussie's doing well just to get it across the goal. He still has to follow off the wall. A little bit of boost, nothing really to play. He picks up his pack and goes back to goal here, Crisis.
Yeah, Kawhi Nekawaifu's picked it up. He's carried it over. He's got the cross going, and it's defended clutch by the Stig, who gets a clear away. It's still sitting through there, though. Kawhi Nekawaifu butting into Nerd. Nerd with a shot, and the halo from Ozzy Osbert keeps the ball out again. A golden point gone big in, thanks to clutch defense by Ozzy Osbert, and this time Cyrix on the counter attack. How did that happen? The defenders both missing it. Kawhi Nekawaifu maybe getting beaten by the turning circle there, and the golden point. Biza scored by Cyrix in the end there, and another one win another one.
And like I said before we went to the overtime Crisis, it was Space Animals with the opportunity. They let the ball drop. They let the boys another one come back and reset themselves. And that's... You lose momentum with that. And you could clearly see... Well, I could clearly see. I'm not sure if anyone else can make the can see what I was seeing. But I could see that another one had more momentum, and they're working that a lot better in terms of team play, passing, and shooting and goal. They weren't getting the goals in, but they had more of that momentum and more of the team play than what we saw with the Space Animals. So 2 games down, you really want to get it together right now.
You do indeed. 5 minutes of play to go, and the Space Animals will be looking to try and claw one back in the series, get themselves back into the game, and not make this a total whitewash in favor of another one. It's a tall ask for them, but they could go for the reverse sweep. Who knows? They are not poorly ranked 7 in the Oceanic region, and will be looking to either move up the rankings, and surely the best way to do that is to get yourself a reverse sweep.
Yeah, and they can do that by passing to the teammates and sending to a nice goal. An opportunity for Kawhi, the striker, going a little bit wide, hits the crossbar, back out, sitting wide. It's Aussie following in with the Stig as well, combining to get the ball down the field, but it's popped back up. Up goes Cyrix to try and work. Something goes past him. Sig and Nerd now, well, they're fighting out in a distance, sort of spooking each other out to even go for the ball, but it's dropping back down. Center is the Kawhi with the hit. Up goes the Aussie with the pop. It's a little bit dangerous there, but Cyrix is reading it well. Follows around Nerd, trying to set for his team. Both of the teams from the Space Animals not communicating well there, and it causes a rebound goal coming. Took my eyes off the screen for a second, and all I see is a ball heading back in the opposite direction of where it was coming from. Courtesy Ozzy Osbert. And that's what happens when I'm saying Crisis. You don't talk to your team. You don't say you're going out. two go up, you spoil each other, and a quick goal comes out of the result.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbert's carrying things right now. A shout out to Parrotero, who says, nothing mentioned about turning circles in the patch notes. No, it wasn't. There was a clue about drifting being changed or fixed. And the interpretation that people have put through is that it is turning circles that have been affected to get that drifting change fixed. As the players go head to head here, it is 3.5 minutes remaining as the stick goes up to get the defense in. The ball sitting up, Cyrix tries to combine, he gets himself out of sorts, and the ball kind of floating away, but the hunger for the ball from Space Animals just doesn't seem to be there, and they're not capitalizing on the mistakes, and in fact letting the boys in orange grab that ball. Cyrix off the wall, gets up into the air, passes it over to Ozzy Osbert, and it's a straight 90 degree deflection. I'm going to hashtag that.
Hashtag top 5 players jam gammy right there. For you to be able to work up the wall and hit the ball off the roof into the best position possible for a striker to score, that's some talent right there. And yes, indeed, it's another shot. As the boys, another one, turn up the heat. Look, Space Animals have a lot to do. We're calling it back. Nerd has a shot. Oh! It's the crossbar, but Ozzy with the save. Wowzers, he's done nicely there. Dumbo, sorry, not the Dumbo, the Kawhi is trying to work it back into the favour of the team. Space Animals running out of options here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to try and get themselves back into the game. Cubics with a wide shot, Stick saving it well. It's dropping back down. Kawhi is trying to use all the power of his car, flips it in the process. Cyrix wraps around, heading back into the advantage. Stick following it behind as Ozzy waiting for the little hit out. It comes now and he will pop up with a little bit of a bouncer. And oh my goodness, it's been left for an open goal. Nerd good enough to read it. Cubics wants to hit it back. Nerd following up well. It's dropping into the goal. It's the crossbar. Oh, close. Absolutely close scoring opportunities from Space Animals. But at the moment, they cannot convert.
Yeah, they're just getting it up into the right place, but the angle's just not right. They don't have their aiming sights on. And they still have a donut on the board as a result. But the 2-0 right now in favour of the boys in orange. Another one looking very good for them. They've been so strong all evening long, and they may actually take the win 3-0 and force the Space Animals into a situation where they're playing for statistics as opposed to playing for a round win.
And that'll be the first one on the line, because the first two matches went to the final fifth and decided then and there. Look, still plenty of time for the boys in Space Animals. Let's not count them out, but they need to pull a miracle out of the bag, because it's not happening at the moment. The team play is not there with the passing, so there's going to have to be some crazy shots. It's a shot on goal. It is the Kawhi Nakarufu saving for his team, but here comes a dominant display from the boys of another one. The third follow-up's not there, so the rebound, Stig saves, but it's dropped on top. Who's coming through? It is the Cubics. He's missed it. Second opportunity. Oh, Nerd flips himself under and is now lost for the Space Animals. You would think, Crisis, as we get down past the minute, that this gets even harder for them.
Yeah, they haven't been able to score more than one goal every 5 minutes of play that we've had. So, goodness me, to come back in 30 seconds from a 2-0 deficit, that's going to be real tough. And they will be facing, staring down the barrel of, the ball just rolls in. The Stig gets the credit from that. He gets a good touch, controls it onto the ground, and gets it far over into the corner. And that is the 3-0 Bizer in favour of another one.
Yeah, Ozzy was about to do the dirty, and you could see it. I reckon there was a cool in team chat. Leave it. Give me the credit. I want the credit. I want the goals against my name. Yeah, 3-0 is the scoreline with a 15-second tick down at the moment. And Space Animals, well, like you said before, as Steve puts in the fourth.
Oh my goodness, sorry to jump in there, Bizer, but did you see this move? Top 5 plays, Jam Gaming, here we come. The double touch in the air, with the touch in the air, and then the rooftop half volley off the defender. It's so good from the Stig. 4-0 right now in favour of another one.
He wants the MVP. Oh, another shot that goes wide. and that will probably be the last opportunity as the ball just gets in a limbo. Let's play the rule of keep the ball up, but it drops a little bit wide of the wall, and that is that round done. And Stig damaging the team. That is the Space Animals. Wow, he's doing well. And look, there's another 2 to play, so Space Animals playing for pride and a little bit of stats as well. Do we see the case for the boys that are Stig, Aussie, and Sirix strengthened for MVP? Who's your favourite at the moment? Because just after that last play, and how Stig's been working, he's mine clearly, but we're still got another two rounds to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Stig with the flashy play there in the end, certainly a Jam Gaming MVP play. Jam Gaming top 5 play. But Ozzy Osbert has been Mr. Consistency, putting his team in the lead time and time again and maintaining it there. So it's a neck and neck between Ozzy Osbert and the flashy Stig.
Yeah, give us your hashtag, boys, on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, hashtag CGPL as Sirix opens the account for the boys on another one. Let's have a quick look at how he played this one out. Heads to the side. Stig helps him out. Oh, no goalie. Cubic's too wide. They're trying to come back for it. That's an easy one from the boys of another one. Yes, and head back to hashtag. Give us your MVP prediction for this game. Hashtag CGPLRL. And give us a shout out as well, and we'll read them out for you.
Hey, talking about shout outs, let's do a quick shout out to the sponsors who are putting up amazing prizes for the CSGO Premier League. We got Netgear, we got Logitech, AK Racing, Turtle Beach, and Plantronics, led from the front by Mwave.com.au. I'm pretty sure you could probably purchase every single one of those brands at mwave.com.au. So head on over there if you're thinking about picking up some networking gear, maybe some peripherals, maybe a couple of headsets. Up your game, ladies and gentlemen, and support the sponsors of the CGPL. It's 4 minutes of play, just ticked remaining. And just the 1-0 right now, Bizer, in favor of another one.
Well, it's all the pressure of the another one, but here's a return. Oh, God. Caster's Curse. It gets returned against me, and that is an equaliser by Space Animals after a good minute of solid play from another one. Nicely done there by Nerd, and just strengthening his case in terms of the statisticians. We are locked here 1-0 at the moment here, Crosses.
Yeah, if you've been keeping track, ladies and gentlemen, that was 6 goals scored in a row by another one, and finally the 1 goal goes in for the Space Animals. So will that signal the turning of momentum into their favor? We want them to keep the donut off the board for the series. They have to score, ladies and gentlemen, so let's send your support the ways of the Space Animals so that they can pick up at least a game in the series. It is map number 4, of course, and they are behind by 3-0, so they're playing for pride and statistics right now.
I reckon it was the troll of Kawhi being Dumbo that stuffed him. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call that. All right, let's jump into this action. If we just had nothing but no action at all, it is just jumping around. The Cubics following it on the wall. Nerd, they're wanting to set something up. That's the Space Animals. Dumbo with a shot, and puts it in the back of the net. No defense from another one, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, all Aussie three of them over on the side.
Out. It's interesting. Usually you don't see that. So I think they're chasing around the ball. When you got the game win, you do see teams play slightly different and be a little bit more risky with how they want to work it. So I suppose they might have done something there, but wasn't back in time. In my opinion, you should stay strong in your defense, stay strong in your attack, and try and take it out 5-0 and really show why you're a contention to take out the top of the leaderboards in the early games of the rounds. At the moment, Cubic's working that back. Dumbo will clear. That is the Kawhi will clear. And it's another shot from the Aussie Osbert. Nothing that these boys can do wrong here. Another one. Have a look at this cut by Aussie.
It's a great angle off the corner of his car. And this is why, Bizer, when we were talking about MVPs before, Ozzy Osbert stood in the forefront of my mind. Mr. Consistency, He's gotten his team into the lead a couple of times so far, and now in this fourth game with them trailing 2-1, he scores the equalizer. 2 minutes of play remaining, and Cyrix now, well, he's picked up the baton from Ozzy Osbert, and now they've got the lead back in their favor as Cyrix, we see, gets a good little crossover there, and once again, an open goal.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm really trying to analyse how the teams are playing, and what I'm seeing is really, really loose defence play, more attacking styles, but the clearance work by the boys of Space Animals, if they want a bit of constructive criticism, that's what they need to work on. So they're struggling a little bit at the moment. Let's see if they can turn this back around with a game and a half to go. Cyrix with the backflip out. Here comes the Kawhi. It's high. It's dropping a little bit wide. Nerd following it. He's in the right position. Has a shot, but it goes wide. Kawhi's also waiting. So is Cubics. Aussie will set and hit. Kawhi out to the middle. No one following for the boys at the space for the another one. Cyrix will get the hit over Cubics and will jump up on the wall. Up comes Kawhi. It's on target for a goal. Steve with a lovely save. Reading it well, coming through in the nick of time. Aussie falling off the side of the wall. Here's a little play from the boys of the number one. Goes a little wide. Cyrix, Stig working a little bit of his magic. But the Kawhi will work out and clear it here, Crisis.
Yeah, great job there. 3-2 still in favor of another one. And the 1 minute mark just about to tick over. And right now, Space Animals staring down the barrel of a 4-0 deficit in the series so far. If you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, the way we do it here on the CGPL is we play all 5 games in the series. So even though the winner's in the bag for another one, they are looking to play for statistics right now, get their goal for and against, get that right up there for the end of season statistics and the special prizes for individual play throughout the season that have been put forward for just that purpose. 3-2 right now, an opportunity now for the boys in blue to try and get themselves scored. Kawhi Nekawaifu getting bashed in the midfield there and flipped over onto his backside. Yeah, not able to control the ball as a result. Now the countdown starting as Ozzy Osbert comes through. And what is that? That is an own goal.
Nah, Ozzy came through and got that.
No, Ozzy Osbert cut it across, and look at that. I don't think the Stig did not get a touch to it. That was an own goal in the end there. That puts the 4-2, the fourth goal, up on the board for the boys from another one.
Now, let's put it out as we go into our final game, and another one picked that up 4-2. Just recapping the scores so far. 2-1, 2-1, 4-1, and 4-2. Every single one going to the number one. We're going to go into the fifth for the stats, but I wanted to just put it out there to the Twitch chat. What do you guys think about the 5 games? And I just want to get the conversation going. No hate bands. I just want to get real feedback on it, especially when teams get up to the third and the last 2 are playing. Do you think, defenses fall down, attacks fall down, or people go gun gusto and just demolish? I really just want to get the feedback going and see what you guys think, because I feel playing to the best of the 5, Crisis, and I enjoy 5. Sorry, playing a series of 5 is good, but I think when you do lose the match, you should actually not get into that mindset. We'll go, well, we've lost. Why should we bother? You should actually continue to try and improve your game and use the stats as a second booster point, so you stay motivated, especially when you're top league. But just seeing off the last game, defenses fell down, and it wasn't as exciting as the first 3.
Well, I mean, the defenses collapsed quite significantly, and at the end there, it was almost as though they'd gone, well, we've lost the game 3-2, we're never going to come back, who cares if another one goes in? Well, that's a learning experience for everybody that plays Rocket League. Sometimes you tilt, and you've got to be able to dig yourself out of the pit of despair, and maybe they'll be able to do it. We've got one more game to play, and both of these teams, they'll be looking to bolster their stats for week number 2, going to week number 3 with good results on the leaderboard. 420 was the clock there just for a moment as the Donuts stay on the board just for the initial minute, Bizer.
Now, Cubics is subbed out and we've got the Stormclord. It's the first time I've actually seen him in a pro match, so a big shout out to Stormclord participating in a big one in the big leagues now. Well, it's good to see him in, and I'm sure he's over his hand injury, whatever it was.
Well, he's in the game. He said, I was speaking to him earlier on, and he wasn't sure whether he was going to get subbed in or not. It's game number 5. They're 4-0 down. There's nothing to lose. So he's got an opportunity now to really put a firm mark on the team. Oh! And a defensive error by Mr. Consistency. Ozzy Osbert will stick with him again as Nerd gets a powerful hit on it. And Ozzy Osbert falling back. And gets an unfortunate touch on, and that is a 1-0. And finally, the boys from Space Animals are in the lead.
It'll be interesting to see the dynamic of Stormclord and whether he sets them up into a good playing position. But right now, that was a little bit of defensive error from the another one. Can we see them work back, get back the goal, and the attack from the Aussie sets up to the side of the wall. Kawhi with the clear, now working out the wall. He will do the hit. You're not going to miss them, but he's got no boost to follow. Stormclord does the nice hit off the wall. Nerd following it up, but he's a little bit too slow. Not enough boost in the tank as Aussie was set. It will drop down, courtesy of the stick. Will wrap around, and now sitting at Nerds, popped up into a dangerous place, but no one's coming through because the boys of the other one were resetting, and they head back into defensive structure as Nerd drops it in. Here comes the Kawhi Neko. Lovely there. That's what they've been missing all night. That hit off. Have a look at this. That's a nice touch off the end. Well played there by the Space Animals. They should have been doing that in the first game, Crisis.
Yeah, great interplay by the two players. And Kawhi Nekawaifu, the final beneficiary there. And just like that, Bizer, they are 2-0 in the lead. This time the Donut is on the board for another one. And this is like you were saying, this is the kind of play that we wanted to see from Space Animals all night. Well, they'll be taking encouragement from their performance in game number 5. Up into the air goes Nerd, getting the halo off of Ozzy Osbert's shot. The danger is still there though. It's sitting in the blue zone as the stick tries to get a touch onto it. Ozzy Osbert whiffs it as well. Cyrix is there with the cover, keeps it in that corner in the blue zone. Ozzy Osbert managed to circle round, gets a touch to it. Cyrix with the interplay. All three players from another one working together to keep the pressure in this blue zone constantly. And they don't capitalize, almost do. But no, it's cleared away, and finally it's relieved as Kawhi Nekawaifu gets it up into the orange zone.
The game has picked up a gear here, Crisis. I think the boys of another one won a 5-0, and the opportunity is not there at the moment because Nerd is capitalises on a lovely drop in front of goal. Have a look at this. I always like to let the boys just do their thing, and no one defending well enough for the another one. So 3-0, something we haven't seen all night from the Space Animals have pulled it out. And maybe it's a sub, maybe it's just a change of a player. Maybe they should have done that a little bit earlier to stand the momentum. Shout out to Cubics who subbed out, but and he's had a good game as well. But sometimes just changing a player shifts the momentum, gives you a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, the dynamic in the comms will change as well because it's different players doing the calling, that sort of thing. Up into the air goes Nerd. He gets a touch on it. A good little clearance out there by Storm Sealord, who we were talking about. Nerd carrying the ball forward. It's stopped in the midfield, but left by the orange team. And this is a shot from Kawhi Nekawaifu. It was floating for ages for him. No, it wasn't. It came bouncing off the wall. The clear not quite good enough. He doesn't even need eyes on it. He knows that it's gone back in. And 4-0 Bizer in favor of Space Animals.
And I just realised I've always been saying Storm Sealord's name wrong. Is it Sealord, not Claude?
It's either or, mate. He's written it weirdly, so we can choose.
I think Sealord sounds a little bit better and gives him a little bit more rep. As he's trying to work the ball, gets hit out by Cyrix as the minute tick down is on for this final 5th game. At the moment, Space Animals with all the momentum, and it's really good to see that they are coming in this final game. just dropping down in the defensive zone, nerd off the wall, working it so well, and it hits the crossbar as well. So an interesting little play, a series of hits from both teams there, but it's rolling back out, and here's an opportunity for the Space Animals to work into the goal. Goes wide, Nerd sets to the corner. Sirix is waiting for it and will clear. Kawhi is stalking that ball, but he lets it go past. Stig sets it to the side. He needs to work off the wall. Kawhi does it for him and gets it past and in safety. It's still in a real dangerous zone here for the Space Animals, Crisis.
Yeah, they could actually score, and in fact they do. A consolation goal with 6 seconds to go. 4-1 as Ozzy Osbourne once again comes through. He gets a good touch, the pinch with the defender, and Sirix is looking to steal it, but no, the angle was good. Ozzy Osbourne, he scores with a bounce off of the roof, and 6 seconds to go. It's going to be a 4-1 result instead of a donut. Ozzy Osbourne with a demo onto Kawhi Neku Waifu at the death there, and that's not a 5-0 sweep, a clean sweep for another one. With Space Animals clawing one back, Biza.